Episode 8 of Grotesquerie starts with Merritt giving a big speech about her way of curing cancer. Dr. Whitcomb shows up to see her and points out that he does something called neuroimaging. Basically, it's like dreaming in a liminal state, like a lucid form of dreaming. He thinks they can hope awaken people from comas by eliciting this. Of course, in doing so, this may help wake Lois up. And as we know, it has. Lois is in physical therapy and she's struggling to walk. When Charlie shows up, Lois is having none of it, getting her two states mixed up. She thinks Charlie is trying to kill her, which could be a reaction to him trying to save her after going into cardiac arrest upon waking up. Marshall is spiraling after learning Lois has woken up and he's made a final decision. He's going to divorce Lois and tells Red as much that afternoon. She wants him to do it for himself, rather than for her, but the process has been put into motion. He's doing it for the right reasons, it seems. Meanwhile, Dr. Whitcomb speaks to Megan Duvall about Lois' mental state. Specifically, about the case involving Andrea Salana. Lois completely blew it with this case and Megan chewed her out for it. She was slipping and did bad police work. There was tension between them as a result, and right before her retirement party, Megan and her came to blows. Lois contemplated whether to come back to work after retiring, but Megan shot her down for this idea. Now, some of this could stem from the punch-out that day, which was purple. The same purple as the bruises on this Andrea woman, which could have triggered upsetting flashbacks for her. At least, this appears to be the doctor's thinking. Megan's life here is far from the successful church journalist we've come to expect. She's with a dead-end loser called Justin, who expects her to wait on him hand and foot, but he's also abusive to her as well. This is an ongoing issue, and Megan puts her foot down. She gets a gun out and then throws hot noodles in his face too before leaving. And where does she go? Yep, that motel from Lois' vision. The color of the water here is, as you may have guessed, violet. Dr. Whitcomb wants to help Lois, pointing out that he knows her emotional states and exactly when her brain registered this. She actually told him quite a bit about her dreams when she first woke up, but she doesn't really remember. Whitcomb centers, to begin with, on Merritt's health and her wanting to be on a TV show called Half-Ton Trauma. Whitcomb wonders whether this stems from shame toward her daughter, threatened by Megan as a holier-than-thou figure so she made her a nun, and grotesquerie? That's the totem for how Lois believes the world is slanted. This could well be the PTSD talking about her grotesque cases she was at the heart of. Apparently, the affair with Ed just happened because he was there. This kinda coincides with her dreams too, where he just shows up at the bench. As for Charlie, she was threatened by him because he was talking about ending her life, so it seems she was cognizant through her dreams and manifested him in this manner. Marshall's girlfriend as a nurse was a malevolent archetype, but as Lois herself mentions, she never once hated her. Not really. Lois, though, starts to understand her dreams and how it relays into her life as a whole, and Whitcomb goes some way to help her through this. She even has a balloon too with the words "get well" on, which is, as you'll remember, from her dream as well. Outside the hospital, Megan shows to help drive Lois home. Megan is quick to point out she's not her enemy but wonders why she manifested her as a killer. There's a funny little chat between them as they butt heads over their generational differences. This, unfortunately, stems back to Andrea. She trusted Lois, but unfortunately, this ended as she was named in the family's lawsuit against the department. As they part ways, Lois tells her to break free while she can. This is, of course, a reference to her abusive relationship with Justin. Lois continues to do her physical therapy, but around that, she wants to try and patch up her issues with the family. First step, Merritt. All of this comes back to her dreams, and apologizes for her dream state. There are no words that can make up for the damage she's done, and Merritt slaps her mom hard across the face. She believes that all that time hanging around psychopaths and killers has rubbed off on her. She calls her insane and a bad mom, eventually cursing her out and forcing Lois out the house. So Grotesquerie returns with a really good chapter, one that fills in the blanks and starts to unpack Lois' dreams. It's clear that there is absolutely no way that she and Merritt are going to patch up their differences, and man, I don't blame her. If your partner slept with your parents, there's just no coming back from that level of betrayal. The chat between her and Merritt at the end was easily a big highlight of the whole episode, as was the chat between her and Dr. Whitcomb as well. Dreams are always a fascinating topic, but now that the dust has settled, we'll have to see exactly how the show is going to handle this Lois situation. The drama has done well so far with that, and with 2 episodes left, we'll have to wait and see what happens next.